Okay, come on. Come on. Get. Come on, let's go inside. You're a stinker. Tricked you. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stephanie and I upload a new video every Friday. So we've been working on the dollhouse. We've been doing a lot of random things, but spring is springing and I need to get stuff going in my garden in the backyard. So I thought it would be a fun little like mini activity to make markers for my herb garden. But not just any markers for my herb garden. We need to make gravestones. I want to turn my garden in the backyard into a cemetery. So I bought some clay. I don't know if this is the right kind of stuff. This is just what I actually happen to have. Did anyone else do this? When quarantine was about to begin, I bought a bunch of random crafts to keep myself busy and touched like 2% of them. So I had sculpting clay just like ready to go. And I think it might be kind of like a cool way to use it up. I'm gonna try and make those things that stick into the soil that let me know what herb or what plant is growing. We're gonna attempt to sculpt gravestones out of this clay. This is the kind of clay that needs to be baked to harden. So what I'm hoping I can do is shape the gravestones, bake it, paint it, and then seal it with the sealant spray that I use for like painted rocks. I have some in the garage. I'll show you guys later when we get to that point, but that's what we're gonna try and do today. So let's rock and roll, baby. I'm going to start by sketching out a rough template for my herb markers. I was inspired by the gravestones in New England, so I'm going to try and make at least one with this curved piece on top, but for the rest, we'll just do a basic rectangle. I mixed a few of these bright colors together to get a variety of grays and browns, and a little bit of green to maybe do some grass or moss later. I'm going to use my template here to roll out rectangles in the right size, and then cut those templates out to use as a guide when cutting my clay shapes. I was a little worried about the structural integrity of just the clay on its own, so I experimented with putting a popsicle stick inside the grave marker just to see if it would help it stand up straighter and keep that bottom pointed end from breaking. And so far, so good. I do want to note, if you're going to try this method at home, make sure there's no popsicle stick exposed because we are going to be baking this and you don't want anything to happen in the oven. So either my camera died or I lost this footage, but I don't have footage of me carving the different symbols and letters into the gravestones. So I'm going to show you what I was going for. This is like an old school New England gravestone that has the memento mori and the skeleton with wings on top. I was really inspired by our vacation to Salem a few years ago. I love the gravestones. So I attempted to carve those symbols into my clay and then I threw it in the oven. So those are in the oven baking. In the meantime, I don't have a garden yet, so I think you know where we need to go to make that happen. Save big money at Menards. This is the layout that I'm thinking of. I've got peppers, 4 pepper plants, and I'm gonna intersperse 2 tomato plants in with it, and then the 1 basil. And then once that's all in, we're just gonna take the marigolds and kind of sprinkle them throughout, because basil and marigolds are really good for tomatoes to be planted in the same area. I think the marigolds help by repelling the insects that really like messing up my tomato plants. And then I think the basil, I'd have to like do my research and remember, I think the basil has like a symbiotic relationship with the nutrients in the soil. So I'm gonna put all these actually in the soil, and then we'll move over to the herb garden. So let's get that going. Look at that. What is that? That's a cute little, there's another one over there. I'm going to, oh, I'm gonna fall. Oh, let's try this again. Okay. I look like a sweaty creep. Hello. For the tomato plants, we're actually going to put them in this way and let the plant kind of bend upwards. And the reason that we do this is because basically the part that we bend upwards that's still underground here is going to then turn into a root system. So the tomatoes will be happier and stronger. So I just wanted to show you guys that before I stuck them in. So now that we have a garden and our gravestones have baked and cooled, I'm just going to do like a black wash. It's black paint with a little bit of water, and I'm just going to roughly paint this over where I engraved the gravestone so that I can wipe it away and have that detail just a little bit more vibrant. And now finally, I'm just going to write the text I have with a permanent marker. And I'm going to do just a few different herbs. I've got rosemary, sage, thyme, chamomile, just some of the basics that I plan to have in my garden every year. This is my first year making these, obviously, but I'm hoping that they stand the test of time and last for a few seasons so that I can reuse them. On this last one, I wanted to have a little bit of fun, so I just did what I imagine is like a Catholic-inspired gravestone with the arch and the crosses. That's another cemetery aesthetic that I really enjoy, so I wanted to try and incorporate it. So now that these are all done, I just need to seal them with this sealant spray that I was talking about before. This is the one that I use, but there's tons available. And then after this dries, we're ready to stick them in the garden and enjoy. I also stuck a few of my painted rocks throughout the garden. Maybe we'll do a video on that next time. But what do you guys think? Are there any herbs that I missed out that I should make markers for, or any other ideas that you think would be cool to make a Gothic garden? Let me know, and maybe we'll try those next time. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, don't forget to leave a like and maybe even subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!